Well, obviously, as I told you guys in pregame, I thought Iowa State was the best offensive team in the country. Anytime you allow a team to shoot 9 for 17 from the three-point line and 64% for the game, you're not going to win. Our goal within our program is to hold opponents to 40% or below. And throughout the year, we've been one of the top teams in the country in doing that on the defensive end, regardless of who we played, regardless if it was a power conference team, a like opponent, or a mid-major team. We've been successful in doing that. And tonight, we just didn't do it. We didn't defend with the tenacity or the effort that it takes to beat a team of that caliber. Offensively, we feel like we could get anything that we wanted. We shot 46%, so if you would have told me we were going to shoot 46% before the game, I would have assured you we would have won because I'm that confident in our defensive abilities. But they're a tough team, and that's what they do. With that said, credit them. They spread you, and they make you pick your poison. And, I mean, it's really, really tough with, DeAndre Kane. I mean, he's a nightmare matchup. He's a power forward in our league. And just the rest of the players, I don't need to name names, but regardless of that, I'm so proud of my team. I'm so proud of what they accomplished. We didn't give our best performance on the national stage, but that's okay because these two to my left has been incredible. They make me look a lot better than I am, and they have elevated this program. And I wouldn't take two guards in the country over these two. And they fought tooth and nail. It hasn't been an easy journey for neither one. But the reason I'm up here is because of these two. So I'm just proud of them. I love them to death, and they made history. So questions?
Questions for student athletes only at this point, please. Raise your hand and wait for the microphone and give us your name and affiliation with your question. Okay. Third row, far right.
John McCann with the Herald Sun newspaper in Durham. At halftime, how was Iowa State able to eventually and finally pull away from you guys?
Jeremy, why don't you start?
I would say, they got a couple of offensive rebounds in the second half, kind of got them over the hump, and the fouls were kind of, going their way in the second half also. It was kind of like, ticky-tack fouls for them, and we had to go strong. So I would say that was a factor in the game. But, credit them, they knocked down shots too.
Emmanuel?
I would just say their ability to make shots. Then we get offensive rebounds and kick it out, and that's the best shot in basketball. So they knocked it down. So credit them.
Okay, to the left of the camera platform in the back.
Edward Robinson with the Raleigh News and Observer. This question is for Emmanuel. Can you just put in perspective how proud you are of your teammates and kind of the accomplishments of the whole season, more of a real kind of look back about this season really quick? Just put it in perspective, how much you guys accomplished.
Right now it's kind of hard for me to, swallow this and give out how proud I am of our accomplishments. But the thing I'm most proud of is that everything that we did and everything that we accomplished with, in our conference and out of conference, we did everything together. It wasn't one guy that, got all the glory. Besides, of course, Jeremy, the player of the year, but that goes without saying. But everything we did it together. Defensively, offensively, on and off the floor. We were a family, and we're still a family. When we go back in that locker room, of course, heads are, it's a little tough to end our season here, but regardless, we're going to always stay together.
Okay, any questions for student athletes? Anything else? Okay, Jeremy, Emmanuel, we'll let you go. Appreciate you coming in. We'll now take questions for Coach Moden. Again, raise your hand, wait for the microphone. Okay, back row, far right.
Coach Ubrarian from the Express News. What do you want your guys to take out of this game and being here, this experience?
As crazy as this may sound to the outside world, if you go in our locker room right now, it's like a morgue because those kids walked into here expecting to win a basketball game. There's no moral victories. That doesn't count in our program. That doesn't count in the game of life. Either you win or lose, and the reality is this is America, and America loves winners. And although we didn't give our best effort on this national stage, I do want them to understand that they represented North Carolina Central in the MEAC basketball conference really well. And, you know, the difference in the game, I just thought in the final minute and a half of the first half, I didn't think we talk about finishing halves all the time because I think that's essential. And we allowed them to get an offensive rebound and a putback right before the half. And I thought that really gave them some momentum, you know, going into the locker room and allowed them to win what we call the first 4 minutes of the second half. But overall, I'm just proud of our guys, and I just want them to know that, you know, when you have a dream and you have a focus and you stick together and you sacrifice yourself for the betterment of that team, and it's amazing. Like, it's amazing what a group can accomplish when no one cares who get the credit. Like, these guys really don't care who gets the credit, and that's what our team was about.
Okay, third row, far left.
Coach, Wendell Barnhouse, BigToeSports.com. Kind of a two-part question. How difficult was it for you guys just to slow down Iowa State's offense? And second part of that, Iowa State's reported that George Niang is out for the rest of the tournament with a foot fracture. What do you think that's going to do to their team based on how he played against you guys tonight?
It's extremely difficult to slow them down because George Niang he's a point forward. We haven't seen anything like that. Yet alone, DeAndre at 6'4", 6'5", 200 and something pounds. Ejim is the player of the year. He had a quiet 17 and 8. I mean, you basically are picking your poison. You know, those are pros out there, man. And you got to decide if you're going to double Kane and leave out some shooters and be late on rotation, or if you're just going to play them straight up. And we tried to mix it up, but, you know, our guys are convicted in our man-to-man defense. So, you know, I didn't want to get here and switch it up so much that they felt as though myself and my staff didn't have faith in their ability. So it's a nightmare, you know, and on the second part of that, with Ying out, man, I'm sorry to hear that. That kid is tremendous. I mean, he ran by the bench and said a couple of words to me, I mean, in respect, you know, to my team. And, you know, I'm a huge fan. That kid, he plays basketball the right way, and he's a matchup nightmare. So I think it, especially at this junction of the season, I just think it, you know, takes away from anything, your core and your nucleus. But Fred's a wonderful coach, and he'll find a way.
Question, first row, far left.
Adam Smith, Burlington Times News. Lavelle, at the end, you and Jeremy and Alfonso sort of had a moment there where you hugged. Were sort of appreciating what this season had meant, or what was that like there?
You know, I'm really hard on them. I hold my kids accountable every single day. You know, and I tell every recruit, every player before they play for me, do not come here if you don't want to be held accountable every day. I expect greatness, and I demand it from you every single day. So at that moment, I thought it was only respectful for me to pull them out the game, let them hear that appreciation from their crowd, and embrace them and tell them that I love them. I'm extremely proud of their accomplishments, and I hope they learned half as much from me as I've learned from them. And hopefully I've given them some kind of intangibles and characteristics to take out here in this real world so they can be productive citizens. And, you know, it was just that moment, and, you know, I just told them I love them because they made me look really good as a basketball coach this year. And I didn't make a shot. I didn't grab a rebound. I didn't throw an assist. It was those guys along with the other seniors.